I'm Rolf Beckman, and we're driving up to Yosemite in California. And I was reflecting on firewalking and the core of firewalking. And then I thought about this spoken word that I wrote a couple of years ago. It goes like this. Give up reading Book of Hell, may ring instead that little bell. All the seamen were swimming, but only one was winning, and that was you. Talk about luck! So count the blessings that you got. Step on the coals while they're hot.
One day I was walking and they were building this house. And I just loved this house. And I introduced myself to the man who was building it. He says he has 5 children and he's building this for his family. And I came over every day and I watched him build, and I brought my friends over. I said, you want to see this great house? Come and look at this house. I brought my daughter over. A few years later, when the economy changed, they had to put this house up for sale. So the sign went out at 10:30 in the morning, and someone said to me, oh, Pete's selling his house. They just put up a for sale sign. By 1 o'clock in that afternoon, we had already put the house in escrow because I didn't even have to give it a thought. I'm buying that house. We actually are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people who live here full-time, and then we have 3 people who are part-time. So we're 8 people. Sometimes I don't even know if Elsie's here. I have to go look and see if her car's here. Because the house is so big, we just miss each other a lot. Room warm enough?
It's warm enough.
Okay. I told you there's holes in the rocks on the creek bed, and they're deep holes, but they also had portable grinding stones like this, where they could grind acorns or corn. And we found this on the land, and it's always wonderful to find relics. So, you know, for regular, and my dear uncle, he made all of those paintings. He's a gifted, well, he was a gifted artist. Now he's painting in heaven. This is my room over here. And come into my bathroom. Come into my bathroom. I love all my drums. My power animal is the bat. So as you go around the house, you'll see lots of bats. It's one continuous line that never touches and never crosses. My dear mother, who's in heaven now, she made this for me. You can touch it as you go by. After they pried me out and took me to the hospital, my daughter said, well, I'm taking my dad home. And they said, well, you can't. I said, what do you mean she can't? Watch. And I left the hospital because I broke my neck. And I have a brace that I usually wear when I'm driving. And so I wanted to come back here where the doctors understood how to take care of me. I didn't want to be in a strange hospital. But I keep this up here because I know that God loves me. How could God not love me? I should be dead. I should be dead. You know, and I was a pedestrian. I was hit and thrown and flipped 25 feet. All these surgeries I've had, and yet everything seems to work pretty well. And if you didn't get a chance to go to the window and look out and see Kevin's house, it's the one down in the canyon. There's some trees that might block your way. You have to look in the canyon. It's straight across, down in the canyon. That's where Kevin lived. And with this book, it's so simple. It has
like a little
just 12 steps and then you're done.
open and curious, moving like waves on the ocean, letting go, moving on.
Have a little party.
Well, I thought it was going to be a big party.
Well, it's not. It's just the three of us, but I think we have to party away as good as we can in the snow and the thunder.
Opening, dancing.
Almost looks like
So all the tribal elders are building large homes up there with the money from the casino.
Helping your brother.
I like to use the word God, but you can call this anything. It comes from within you. It's connected to the source. You're looking at somebody who has done it. My God, the challenges. I didn't know they were gifts at the time. I certainly didn't know they were gifts at the time. The pain, oh my God. They were giving me morphine before these surgeries started, and it still wasn't helping. I've been addicted to morphine 5 times in my life. Getting off a morphine addiction is very intense. 3 days, no sleep, not a minute. 3 days each time of no sleep, going cold turkey, getting off morphine. I have been incredibly challenged, and I am incredibly happy and incredibly grateful for the pain, because that's what pushed me to God.
This is America, you know, if people want to see America. You know, Los Angeles, it's shopping malls, you know. But this you don't see everywhere.
Sitting in the sun, quiet outside, quiet inside, listening to the Atlantic rolling in. Sitting in the sun, quiet outside, quiet inside, just resting my tired bones.
Very cool.
This is my life.
We're going to eat at Caesar's Palace on Saturday night. And Sunday night we'll eat at the Rio.
And where is the show?
At the Rio.
What is the show?
Penn and Teller.
Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery.
It's America back. Throw my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was back.
Oh, I know what it is. Oh, I know what it is. I've had a hard-on all day today. Thank you.
I got that on tape.
There it is. I have my heart. Dearly beloved. Oh, I know what it is. Oh, I know what it is. I should have looked in the bathroom this morning to make sure there was no camera. Now, if we wanted to have a little party in here, can we hire folding chairs or?
Actually, yes, we can bring like chairs in here. Actually, just depending on how many chairs we will need. I think.
Oh, I know what it is.
Ja, men man skriver upp sig, man skriver sitt namn. Man var här.
20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
Use the slot machines at the casino as biofeedback devices to help us look at what we're doing with our minds. We're not going in there for money. I've already told you I've broken my neck twice, I've got a lot of physical challenges, and it's hard for me to travel. So going to either Las Vegas or Atlantic City involved expending a lot of energy just to get there. And I finally just said, after years and years and years, I said, God, I love this work, and I just think it's the best work that I do. But I can't do it anymore, God. I mean, if you want me to do this, you're going to have to build a casino in my backyard. And then 7 years later, there was a casino in my backyard. So I didn't have any more excuses. I had to start doing this seminar again. You can't break an agreement with God. That doesn't work. I want to do a little experiment. This is a lemon. It's a real lemon. I want you to pretend that you're holding a lemon. Okay? Hold it in your hand. Look down. See a lemon. Seeds. It's yellow. I'm going to count to 3. When I say 3, I'm going to bring this lemon up to my mouth and I'm going to start sucking lemon juice. When I say 3 and you see me bring my lemon to my lips, you bring your imaginary lemon up to your mouth and start sucking on your imaginary lemon. Okay? We're going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. You can spit your kids out too. How many people, anybody here have a reaction in their mouth? And, okay, now look around. Even if you didn't, other people had a reaction. Well, how is it possible to have a physical reaction when there's nothing physically there? This is so profound. I want to go through this very, very slowly. Every cell in your body, every cell in your body is connected to a nerve. Every nerve in your body is connected to your brain. And you can do things with your mind that change the electrochemical composition of your brain. You think lemon, and that thought creates an electrochemical change in your brain, and that's transmitted along a nerve and into the cells of your mouth, and you have a physical experience when there's nothing physical that's happening. I don't call this mind over matter, I call this mind in matter. Literally, you can do things with your mind that change the chemistry of your brain. That's how the brain works. It's just a bunch of electrochemical impulses.
Okay, you put it in the wall,
Oh,
release,
still.
and then it's sort of,
Yeah, so the mechanism is that you put this in the crack, wherever it tapers, and then if you fall, that weight pulling down is pushing these lobes out,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. They're super light, easy to put in, easy to put out.
This is you?
Yeah.
You're crazy.
A spot called Taft Point. It's this amazing spot. You can walk out to the very edge of those cliffs.
sort of ideal for base jumping.
Yeah, totally. That's where I watched my friend base jump for the first time.
Oh, sweet Lord.
Well,
We got silent here.
You're going to discover, if you pay attention, there's nothing out there. 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 What I do is I inspire people to use more of their potential.
always what we reap. As we do undo our brother, we get done to by another.
You're going to discover
Whatever you do comes back to you. What we saw is what we reap. As we do undo our brother, we get done to by another.
I'd like to actually give this explanation because it's very simple. If you pay attention, every cell in your body is connected to a nerve, which is connected to the brain, which is influenced by the mind. So it's not mind over matter, it's literally mind in matter. As we do undo our brother, we get done to by another. You're going to discover whatever you do comes back to you. What we saw is what we reap. As we do undo our brother, we get done to by another. Whatever you do comes back to you.
There's nothing out there. But when I was 25 years old, I lived in a commune, and Ken Kais Jr. was the guru of the commune. Ken Kais was a quadriplegic, paralyzed from the neck down. If you've read his books, people are shocked to hear this. He never mentions this in his books, that he's got to be fed and put on the toilet and dressed and washed. He was the happiest man I had ever known in my whole life, And I would have done anything to serve this man. And he was trying to get his words out there. And so what we would do, those of us who lived in his commune, we were basically in our 20s, we were kids. He asked us to go out and pass flyers out on street corners. And I did this, and people that would look the other way like they didn't see me. And most people didn't want to take it. And so I got this idea one day. I had this puppet of a rabbit. It was made in Germany. It was a stiff puppet. It looked like a real rabbit. My hand's inside of it. And so what I would do is I would have the rabbit pick up a flyer and offer it to each person. And everybody started taking the flyers from the rabbit. The work that I do, I feel like I'm just the rabbit. And God, who I see as the divine mother of the universe, has her hand up my ass. The first thing I tell people at one of my firewalks is, you do not have to walk on the fire. You can get so much value just watching your friends walk, you'll never forget it for the rest of your life. And in fact, you can even get more value by not walking on the fire. If you're the type of person who's like a sheep, you just do what everybody else does, and all your friends come in and you just walk as they're walking, you might receive more value by saying, no, tonight I learned to be true to myself. Doesn't mean I'll never walk on fire, but it doesn't feel right tonight. Finally, he said, Here's how you make a hard-boiled egg stand on end. And Queen Isabella said, well, that's easy, anybody can do that. And Columbus said, yes, now that I've showed you how. Firewalking is easy, anybody can do that, but you got to show them how.
And I realized the thing which holds people back the most, the thing which limits people more than anything else, is fear. If I could just give people a way to overcome their fears, I'd give them something that could change their lives. And so that's what I did, is I created the Firewalk as a seminar on overcoming fear, overcoming limiting beliefs. And even if you didn't walk on the fire, watching people walk on the fire still creates an indelible experience. Spiraling into the center of the shield. Spiraling into the center of the shield. I am the spiraling into the center of the shield. I am the spiraling into the spiraling.
Here I go.
I am the dreamer. I am the woven one. I am the dreamer.
Hoo-yah!
I am the weaver.
Go again, Rolf. Go again. Go again.
Rolf, I love you, but I have to be honest with you. There's something about you, and most people would be too afraid to tell you this. You're like a loose cannon. When you are in the zone, wow, what a tool that cannon can be. It can be the deciding factor between winning or losing the war. But a loose cannon, well then, my God, the people who are supposed to be controlling it lose control and they might wind up getting injured in the process. But I also have to tell you, it takes one to know one. Rolf, I feel so bad about what I did the other day. You're getting ready to go into the sweat lodge and I'm interrupting you with trivia, knocking you out of your spiritual zone, your psychological zone. And sometimes I'm a real ignoramus.
which is a combination of both being stupid and an asshole. So I think I have the license to tell you, because it takes one to know one. What gives you the energy that moves you closer to the divine? What is your bliss? What is the bliss that can take you to the end of the road? You are not like any other person on this planet, and your path is unique. And so when you plant this stick in the ground, Mommy! Mother! God! Please let me never forget what I received here this week. This area is so rich with gold. They've only removed a tiny percent. It's mostly still here. Because when the white men came, the gold was just lying around. Everywhere. It was just lying around in place. But it's more expensive to get it now, because they tried to find it by washing the dirt off the hillsides, and so they got water cannons, and they started blasting the hillsides with these water cannons to expose the quartz vein, and all the mud went into the creek, and then the creek took the mud into the river, and then the river took it into the delta, and San Francisco Bay turned brown 150 miles from here. So they outlawed that in 1927. A year and a half ago, that tree fell over, and it was 40 meters tall. So when they were looking for gold nuggets in 1849 and 1850, they couldn't look where that tree was. So that's where I would look for gold, is in the roots of that tree. But I've broken my neck twice. It hurts me if the ground is not perfectly level. I have to do a little bit of Tai Chi and with my knees to make my neck level. So I'm not the person to do it, and I keep telling people, you want to look for gold. But it's a lot of work. You know, not everybody's going to go, all right, I'm going to spend 5 days looking for a gold nugget. This was a very, very important gold rush time. It was such a big center that they almost made this the capital of California. It lost to Sacramento by only 3 votes. Thank God. Guys, one thing we don't want to be doing is waiting for anybody. You were a minute late. A few more seconds and you would have been left behind. Pay attention. We want to stay together as a group.
And the home of the brave. Are you proud to be Americans? No, I mean, are you really proud to be Americans? Look at that pose.
Oh, no, no, no. I mean in one class.
No judgments, of course not.
This one piece is thick.
I'm not sure if I'm talking.
No, that's good.
It's like pure.
Right, this side up?
Either way.
I think it's
Either side up.
It's 10. It's like 15%.
It's kind of like wine.
Oh, it's different.
It's more than wine. Yeah, it's 15%.
Oh, it's 15.
Yeah, it is 15.
It's a little bit more.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Center club.
Oh.
I think that as first timers, it's a good approach.
And it was a younger girl's birthday, and I was there.
Sure did.
I have a guitar, I bet I have rattles and drums.
The orders come in through the top, and the click farms log into one account and push like, or log into this account and press comment. You can purchase likes, comments, shares, friends, views, all of these things via these click farms.
I will take you home. If I knew the way, I would take you home. That if you hold one end because of the weave and you pull it tight and then pinch at the base, and I'll tell you, when I do this, I feel like I've got the power. Use the force, yeah. I can't keep it up as long as when I was younger, but.
Long time since this was done.
We'll let it cool off before we drop it out.
Where do you put it?
When it cools down, we'll just add it to the trash.
There we go. 6 inches wide and 6 feet long.
That's it. Keep it moving. Good. Excellent.
Catch! No. 1, 2, 3. Let's test him under pressure. What do you think?
I think we're just about 5 minutes away.
I'm excited.
There's no music. There's only one word. Yes. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes.
And the
Yes,
last person walking
yes,
now.
yes, yes, yes.
Indoor firewalking. Anybody have any questions? There's a little water there if you want to put your foot in.
And then we'll go to my cousin in Yuma, and then we'll go to San Diego and meet Maya.
Sounds like a great trip.
Walking for peace and glory, walking for all that is.
This is an aeroplane.
Amazing journey so far.
You gonna be in this?
Walking for all that is. Walking for peace and glory. Walking for all that is. Walking for peace and glory. Walking for the highest wish. Walking for peace and glory. Walking for all that is.
In this Temple of the Stars, there's those 22, piles have been there all these 10 years. They always they say, I've never known what those piles are. And in the
A fantasy, an imagination of a future that could almost never happen, and here I am,
still trying to understand.
And to me, a person of power is somebody who is able to empower others. When the Creator made me, this is how I was made, so that I could serve this purpose. And the power, it comes through me. I know that. I'm not going to pretend that I don't have the power, but I don't own the power. I know it's coming through me and I'm a part of the process. But I can't teach that to people. If people are around me, sometimes they can catch it. So I say it can't be taught, but yes, it can be caught. Zen monk, a Zen master, was sitting with one of his students, and there's a cloud of dust on the horizon as a horseback rider is approaching. And the horseback rider comes and throws himself at the feet of the master. And he said, "Master, I've come to you from so many miles away because I have to tell you, I have to confess, I have stolen from people." And the master says, "I've stolen from people." And the man who's groveling at the master's feet says, "And I lie." And the master says, "I lie." He said, "Okay, I have to tell you, I've killed someone." And the master says, "I've killed someone." And the guy gets up out of the dirt and he says, "You're no better than I am." And he jumps on his horse and he rides away laughing. And the young disciple says, "Master, you don't lie, and you don't steal, and I don't believe you've ever killed anybody." And he said, "That's true. But if I told him that, he would have just wallowed in his unworthiness, and his life would have amounted to nothing. And so the ends justify the means." I told him what he needed to hear.
Is there a danger in that reasoning?
Oh, definitely. It depends upon the heart of the person. A good person can be discreet and know when it's okay to tell a lie. But an evil person, you just can't trust anything that goes through that person's mind. You can't trust their motives. You can't trust anything that they say or do because they're evil. Anywhere you go in the world, it doesn't matter what country, east or west, if you go into a schoolyard, you're going to find a bully. And when that bully grows up, that bully can have guns, that bully could become a president and have bombs. But it just seems to me there's always a bully. Why? I don't know why. Is that just genetic? It's in our nature? But it just seems to be wherever you go, you'll always find there's one bully in a crowd. I know I'm one of the good guys. And in this movie, people who are playing the good guys, they recognize themselves. They know they're not the bad guys. Sometimes the bad guys know they're bad, but sometimes they think they're good. And what I would encourage people to do is decide, are you the good guys or are you the bad guys? And if you're the good guys, you can't just say, okay, I'm a good guy. I feel people have to go out and manifest, do something with that goodness inside of them. And it'll be different for each and every person. Everybody has to find what it is that they have, their gift. We're all created with something so special and unique inside of us. And if you're one of the good guys, when you discover that, see how you can use that to manifest your goodness.
New Zealand, Canary Islands, Easter Island was the furthest east they went, Hawaii being part of it. This huge navigational land was all Polynesian.
Put the pig in the luau, pit and cook it all up. You put the pig in the luau, pit and cook it all up.
And the big luau, luau. Well, and so fish and boy and big dance to the line. Fine and long belong to them and the whole way to the ride. We're having ice. We want to show you how we live it up in Hawaii. Have a big luau.
This attorney gets a brand new Mercedes and he goes around an icy turn and he loses control of his car and it goes over the railing and it down the embankment and it turns and it bursts into flames and he's exploded out and people go running down and they find him at the bottom of this embankment and he's screaming and crying, "My new Mercedes! My new Mercedes!" They said, "Forget about the Mercedes, you're missing your right arm." "My Rolex! My Rolex!"
Did I get my face out of the way? Me too. Wait.
Now you.
Not that close.
So anyway, he was in this low security prison and the Black Panthers decided that they would make a political statement. Tim Leary, yeah. And then they took him to Algeria, Alger. Then when I was traveling through Algeria about the same time that they took him over there, I looked him up.
Sure.
Somebody in your seminar is illegally injecting morphine into her veins. We found this syringe.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a big deal. It was a big deal. They were really upset. They didn't know what to do. And Peggy and I just said, pretend it never happened.
Yeah.
And we just did the whole seminar as if it never happened. Let's pretend we like each other, Peggy.
I have a picture.
What a great metaphor firewalking is. People get psychologically overwhelmed when they think they're going to walk on the fire, and then they realize it's going to be easy. And after they walk on the fire and see how easy it was, they start asking themselves, how many things in my life am I making difficult with my thoughts?
arbeta med trädgården tycker jag. Hemma. Om vi inte ska flytta.
Listen, the black cat.
Please don't get
Freeze, gentlemen, it's a video.
That way? This way or that way?
Of the expansion of consciousness, completely revised edition of Valley, and then this book and a book of poetry.
Oh, a book of poetry.
I'm really surprised that the internet is so slow at San Francisco airport. You'd think you are in the mecca of the internet, but can't even open the Rolf Metzner blog. Maybe that's, I don't know.
One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Two. How can I tell you how much that I care? You have given me so much pleasure. I love you so. Oh my friend, oh my friend. I cannot tell you how much that I care. You have given me so much pleasure. I love you so. Oh my friend, oh my friend. I cannot tell you how much that I care. You have given.
The depth of the healing is so profound. You will not forget it, not as long as you are alive. The healing will continue to unfold. It's like firewalking. There's people who have been in really dangerous situations and they thought, I walked on fire, I can do this. Now, if you have the what if, that's why we're doing this. So you can see what comes up and let go of it. Stop doing that. So that you can have an experience of what it means to be impeccable. And like firewalking, the samurai game is a metaphor. Two samurai from different armies come out to the battlefield and they do battle to the death. And if you're not impeccable, you're dead. And no matter where you are in the room, if God points at you and says, you're dead, you fall to the ground. Then tomorrow, you'll jump out of an airplane.
Det ska bli spännande att se det ovanifrån. husband.
It's his idea, huh?
Yeah, he thinks it's a good idea, and he has done it, but I have never tried it before.
Right on.
Now it's my turn to do it.
Cool, you're gonna try a new thing today. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Who's your husband? Where's he at?
He's over there.
What's his name? You're responsible, huh?
No. She has a choice.
All right.
I just said you have to do it.
Ooh. I didn't know that there was a chapter in this book about me. I didn't know. And this book was a popular book, and I'm a fan of this author. So many famous people show up in my courses. I don't know who they are. I've never heard of them. I never heard of Shakti Gawain or Harv Eker or Tony Robbins. I mean, you can name the list of celebrities who've gone through my seminars, but I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do. I have no idea what you do, Kuna. I don't know what you do when you go home, Stephen. I never asked you. It's not my business. Zen Buddhism is not even a religion. It's a philosophy. It's a school of philosophy and a school of psychology. It is anything but a religion. If you're an atheist, so are Zen Buddhists. They're atheists. They don't want a relationship with God. They don't want a God that they can talk to. They don't want a God that will embrace them. That's my choice. You all get to choose. But the choice I've made enables me to go into every challenge expecting the best. Of course. I don't deserve to be punished. Of course I'm expecting the best. You actually have a choice. And I'm suggesting that you let it be easy. I would go down there to rescue that hurt child inside of me that's still growing, still healing, still unfolding so that I can be all that I came here to be. And each time you push yourself through your fears, you unfold that person within and take one step closer to being the powerful and unstoppable creature that you were brought here to earth to be.
Rule number 7. Keep your weight in your harness, not on your feet. Rule number 8. No speed rappels. Rule number 9. No jumping, swinging, or bounding. Rule number 10. No goofing off.
Stand straight in your knees. Stand. Good job. Good. You got it.
תתענר. תתענר.
See what you find. Bring it on home to your people. Open your mind. See what you find. Bring it on home to your people.
How do you like it here in the bosom of Mother Earth?
Oh my God, that's peace, that's love, total calmness. You don't know what it feels like. Go deep, not high.